Okay, YouTubers, good morning. It's Isle of Skye here. This is the Isle of Skye, this is Broadford. It's a beautiful morning here in sunny Scotland. The sun's just about to come up, ready for an early start. And we're going off to Inverness today, low level, of course, in our Red Hawk. Just check there's nothing on the approach. Very, very slight crosswind today, but it's negligible. It's, well, we've got the weather for Inverness. It's 1 knot the wind, so that's nothing. It's not really going to affect us. So I'm going to go from this end because it's nearer. Now I've had some information from Alex Belfield. I've been contacted by some of his people, and I'll tell you what he said in a minute. Just get myself all lined up, do my checks. There we go. Okay. Okay, looking for warning signs, anything, any alarms. I can shut the power off and abort the takeoff. There we go. All good. Right, so we're heading in completely the opposite direction. Want to be going back the other way. Watch the G meter. 7, 4, 5. That's good. 6. That's good. That's good. 7. Okay, afterburner can go off.
Over G.
Over G. No, I was watching the G meter, dear. Right, there's the bridge to the Isle of Skye. Look, and this is the west coast of Scotland. So we'll get settled into our route. We'll get nice and low level. That's Loch Carron over there. Yeah, Alex Belfield contacted me, and he said, basically, without going and reading the whole thing out, he said thanks very much for supporting him, but he really doesn't want people to send him any money. He's got loads of money, okay? He doesn't need your money. He said the food's pretty good in jail, and he's got a nice warm cell and everything. He's settled in, and he really doesn't. He'd rather, because people are going hungry and struggling to heat their homes and things. So that's what a martyr he is. He said, don't bother sending him money. He's all right. He doesn't need it, and thanks anyway. So there you go. But the information that's there for sending money to any person who's unfortunate enough to be languishing at His Majesty's pleasure, similarly, you can send money to anyone if you wanted to. But what has made me laugh, I must admit it has amused me no end, is listening to all the complaints from the huffers and puffers. I don't pay my taxes for this. I don't pay my taxes for that. You've got no say in what you pay your taxes for. None at all. You just pay it, right, or you go and join Alex in jail. Because that's how it is, isn't it? And I must admit, I've been going through some of the comments, and I've blocked absolutely hundreds of people. There's been hundreds of people being dead rude on the channel there, and leaving stupid comments, so I just turned the comments off in the end, which is a shame because there's a lot of good comments from sensible people out there as well. Never mind. Okay, 637 knots. I love the coast of Western Scotland. It's the best. Some of the best flying in the UK, especially into low level flying. Wales is a bit poor, really. There's not much going on. North Wales on Snowdonia is like the baby course. If you're learning to fly fast jets and you want to do a bit of low level, I think they've got a flying school up there. They've got some really old Hawk T1s and 2s, I think. I think the T1's pretty much gone now, isn't it? I think there's only the Red Arrows that still use the T1. Might be a few left, but they thunder about in North Wales, but Scotland is way better, way better. I downloaded Orbeck scenery for Scotland, and fantastic, I love it. Been whizzing about in Scotland ever since. Great fun. I've got better plane than the RAF though as well. This is the Boeing Saab Red Hawk. This is the latest state-of-the-art, brand new military fighter jet trainer for training students. All singing, all dancing, does everything. And I think it's one of my favourite aircraft actually. Harrier's very good, the AV8. That's the McDonnell Douglas version of the Harrier. That's one of my favourites as well. Although I've got the update for X-Plane 12, but I haven't got Orbeck scenery for Scotland. I've only got the default scenery, so they haven't upgraded it yet. But I'm looking forward to flying in X-Plane 12 with the Orbeck scenery. It's much better than the default. Anyway, I must thank all the huffers and puffers for all the hits on my channel. Thank you very much. Sorry I didn't have the patience to put up with you though, and you're whinging and whining. I should make more of an effort really to try and communicate with these people, but you know, I don't suffer fools that easily really, you know. I'd rather just block you and then forget all about you forever. But you always get determined ones coming back, opening a new account, coming back under a new name, and I just block them again. See, people have got a very negative view of prisons and prisoners and people who break the law, you know, and yet they're quick to praise other organisations like the Royal Air Force, you know, who were definitely guilty of mass murder and indiscriminate murder in the Dresden raid, for example. You know, you might notice I do fly a lot of military aircraft and talk about flying in a great way, but I don't drop bombs and do missiles and things and stuff. I leave all that to Tom Cruise because he's obviously better at that than I am, and I don't really approve of indiscriminately murdering people like the Royal Air Force. I mean, they've harped on about the dam busters, haven't they, for years, and it was an amazing feat of airmanship for sure, but what they actually did was commit a war crime. It wasn't a war crime at the time, but since the dam buster raid, the Geneva Convention has outlawed the bombing of dams and drowning people in their sleep, flooding valleys and things, even in wartime. So today, what the dam busters did would be a war crime and people would go to prison for that. Okay, just thought I'd throw that one in there. Look it up, Geneva Convention, dam busting, it's all there. And to bomb Dresden with chemical weapons, indiscriminately bombing schools, hospitals, houses, churches, and just murdering whoever was there, burning them to death with white phosphorus, you know, that's absolutely brutal war crime. And this is in the closing weeks of the war. It was completely unnecessary. The Germans would surrender within about 3 weeks of that. Now there's lots of arguments that say that, well, that's okay, but it's not okay. Don't care what you say, it's not okay. You lower yourself to the same level as the creature that you're fighting when you do things like that, and you just become as bad as they are. Inverness, this is Red Hawk inbound to you from Broadford. Currently overhead Inverness, would like to do a straight in, full stop, and right turn to the Coast Guard hangar. Roger. Wind 20602 knots. Clear to land, Red Hawk. So we're coming in to Inverness now, and we're going to do a slight downwind landing. We've got a 2 knot tailwind, that's nothing. Okay, 357 knots, power down. Air brakes extended. Looking for 250 for gear extension. T's and P's, everything looking good. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Gear down. Gear in transit. Air brakes in. Trickle of power. Looking for 140 for touchdown. Red Hawk, you are clear to land. Wind 20602 knots. Clear to land, Red Hawk. Okay, so we got 2 whites, we've got 2 reds, we're on the glide slope, we've got 180 knots, we just need to slow down about another 40 knots. And we are on. 4 whites there, so we're slightly above the glide slope. It's a 3-degree glide slope indicator. The vase is on the left hand side of the runway. See the 4 white lights. You should see 2 whites and 2 reds if you're bang on. If you see 4 reds, you're too low, so that's just an indicator for pilots when they're coming in to land, which we can ignore in this aircraft because we generally come in steep and high anyway. Well, I do. It's just my thing. Okay, trickle of power going a bit slow now. 133, 139, 140. We're back on power. Power down. Over the piano keys and touchdown just after the numbers. 05. Flare 10 on the ground, on the back wheels, on the nose wheel, braking. There's our hangar there. Will we overshoot? Looks like we're slightly going to overshoot. I'll turn off, never mind. Okay. Landing time is and vacate. There's my hangar. This is my hangar. This is where my flying club is based in virtual reality. Now, incidentally, the Royal Air Force don't have any of these jets. Okay, they can't afford them. And did you know? It takes 10 years to train an RAF fighter pilot. In America, it takes 2 years. Now, why do you think that is? I'm going to leave that question with you. Is it because the Royal Air Force are more highly trained? No, that's not the answer. The Royal Air Force can't even keep hold of their pilots. They all leave before they're trained. It's got something to do with being mean and not wanting to spend any money. Right, thank you very much. Welcome back to Inverness. Thanks for watching. This is just my own colour scheme. The guy designed this. The G is on the side of the plane. That's for Graham. Okay, this is custom design. The RAF do not have any of these aircraft. Okay. See you next time.